What is up, TBS crew? It's your boy Steph back with another reaction. This time we have Nightmare Files 3 True Life Creepy Experiences featuring MrCreepyPasta. Uploaded April 14th, 2019. Now, again, this is another video one of my subscribers, Dingleberry, I believe that's his name, recommended. And when he told me about it, he dropped it in the comment section of one of the videos I've done recently. I was like, oh yeah? Nightmare Files and MrCreepyPasta? Two narrators and content creators that I both fuck with heavy? Oh, hell yeah. In the same video, I'm all over that. So I'm super excited to react to this. 3 True Life Creepy Experiences. That's an interesting title. But man, we gonna hop right up in this though. So, down in the description will be a link to Nightmare Files channel, a link to MrCreepyPasta's channel, a link to this original video so y'all can see it for yourselves. Also will be links to all of my social medias. Get at your boy and see the personal life that I don't upload to YouTube. Without further ado, let's get into it. I probably would have came up on this video on my own at some point, but it probably wouldn't have been this soon. So shout out to Dingleberry for pointing this out. What's with all these random faces? Don't be doing me like this. It's interesting to hear a creepypasta narrator do normal horror stories. That's what I like.
About a year ago in my final semester in college, I worked at a department store in the mall. I didn't have a car yet, so I asked for the day shifts because it was a 2-hour bus ride back home. So basically, if I had a closing shift, I'd get done at 11 but not get home until around 1 a.m.
Damn.
But sometimes I'd be given a closing shift, much to my annoyance since I had class at 6 a.m. And my mother worries about me because who wants their kid on public transportation at night?
Right.
My managers, being the jerks that they were, gave me a week of closing shifts, knowing my situation. I was pissed, but whatever. So one night, I had just finished my shift and I got on the bus. I sat in the middle of the bus and was minding my own business with my earbuds in. I usually did that because I didn't like people talking to me, so I made it look like I was listening to music.
Right.
And I occupied myself by playing a crossword puzzle on my phone.
There you go.
About 5 seats behind me, I hear these guys speaking Spanish. Now, my mother is Dominican, but people never know that I am, so while I understand a fair bit of Spanish, I don't speak it. So I hear them talking, but I don't pay any attention because it's rude to eavesdrop.
Shit.
All until they say, that kid in front of us. Then my ears perk up. I keep my earbuds in so that they think I can't hear them. And I continue to listen. What they're saying is horrific. To paraphrase it, they knew my stop because they've been watching me for this week. And to put it simply, they were planning on snatching me.
Oh, wow.
I heard them say that I'll disappear like the others. I was about 20 minutes away from home, so I knew I had to act quickly.
Hell yeah.
Since I knew they could see me, there were 5 seats behind me, but like a cross, if that makes sense. I pretended to play on my phone, oblivious while I was actually texting my mom. Then all of a sudden, one of the guys moved 3 seats ahead of me, and the other one moved about 3 seats behind me.
Oh, wow.
And we're the last ones on the bus.
Plotting.
I text my mom, can you please meet me at the bus stop? 5 minutes go by, no answer. We're getting closer to my stop, so I decided to call her cell. No answer. I call the house phone and she finally answers. At this point, it's about 12:30 a.m., so she was asleep. I try to talk as calmly as I can. This was our conversation. Hey, Mom, did you get my text? No. What's up? Oh, I sent you a picture of these jeans I'm going to order online when I get home. I really need your opinion, so I really need you to look, since the sale ends at 1 a.m. She gets the hint that I need her to look at her cell phone. So I say goodbye, and I hope for the best. I tied my Adidas very tight. We get to my stop, and I see my mom's car. I stand up. Then the man in front of me stands up. Then the guy behind me stands up. I snatch my stuff and I sprint to the door and I got off the bus with both men behind me, both yelling at each other to grab me. I didn't even look behind me. My mom sees the whole thing and jumps out of the car. I yell at her to get back in the car because they couldn't catch me. A hard ass. I jump in the car and I tell my mom, just go. I look in the rear view and I see the guy staring at the car. The next morning, I called my job and I tell them that I quit.
There you go.
No more public transportation for me. Thanks to my mom for teaching me Spanish. And thanks to my mom for getting the hint.
Oh! He said I hauled ass. He been looking at Gator Martin videos.
My name is Mark, 58 years old.
MrCreepyPasta.
This story happened about 20 years ago. I used to be a truck driver. Worked the night shifts. There for about 7 years. I enjoyed it. For the most part, pay was good. I liked the quiet time I got to myself.
You like I hauled ass.
One night I was driving, listening to the radio and drinking coffee, what I usually do.
Right.
It was really dark on the secluded roads I was driving on. No street lamps around. All I could see were my own headlights in the road. They lit up. Also pouring down with the rain. Came across a car that was pulled over on the side of the road. Two men who then ran into the forest, leaving the car doors open. I don't know why, but something made me stop and pull over as soon as I drove past. Turned my radio off, thought about what I just saw and what I should do.
Keep going.
After some thought, it did look odd, so I decided to check it out. I grabbed my flashlight and walked down the road towards the car. When I got there, I couldn't see anyone around.
Why?
Spoke out and I said, "Hello? Anyone there?" I shone my light in the car and had a look inside. Car was on, the keys were in the ignition. I mumbled to myself, what's going on here? Just as I said that, I heard a branch snap in the woods. "Hello?
No!
Who's there?"
Don't do that.
There's no answer. I call it again. "Anyone there? You hurt?" Starting to think that I shouldn't be here.
Hell no.
Whoever those men were, who ran off, clearly didn't want me to know something and didn't need any help.
Right.
Turned around, about to jog back to my truck when I heard a bump. I stopped and listened. I heard it again. It was coming from the trunk of the car. I tried to open it, but it was locked. I needed the keys. I quickly got them out of the ignition, opened the trunk, and I couldn't believe what I saw. There was a woman who was gagged and tied up. She was bleeding on her forehead and tears
What
streaming
the
down her
fuck
face. I
is
removed
with
the
these
cloth from her mouth, and
noises?
She was begging me to help her. Before I could do anything, the two men ran out of the trees and they attacked me. One of them hit me real hard on my knee with a crowbar. I dropped to the floor screaming in pain. But the other hit me with a bat in my legs a few times to make sure I wasn't getting back up. They both then ran to the car, slammed shut the trunk, and drove off. The whole time I could hear the woman screaming for help. I tried to get up, but I was in too much pain. I couldn't stand up. I managed to crawl back inside my truck and radio for help. I told the police what happened. And that woman was never seen again.
Yo! Okay, bro, you're not finna keep doing these noises, man. I had enough of this in the first video I watched of
I was
yours.
walking home late one night.
Why?
After finishing my shift at a store I work at.
Why are you doing this to me?
After about 5 minutes of walking, a car pulled up beside me. It was a police car, so I thought I was in some kind of trouble. A cop got out of the car and said, "Can I give you a lift home?" I wouldn't usually get into a stranger's car, but it was a cop, so I assumed I'd be safe.
Still a
The
stranger,
neighborhood
though.
I lived in was pretty suspect. I took him up on his offer and got in the car, gave him my address, and then he started driving. He was very overweight and had a mustache and a mole on his left cheek. The first few minutes of the car ride were pretty awkward as he nor I, we didn't say anything until he spoke. Lucky I picked you up when I did. All sorts of young women like yourself get sexually assaulted around here. Allegedly. And he chuckled.
It's not
I
funny.
thought that's a strange thing to say and even find amusing, especially for a cop.
Right.
Right after that, he said, "But I got you safe in my arms, so Don't you worry.
Something not right.
As he said this, he placed his hand on my thigh, giving off a small chuckle once again. His fingernails were long, dirty, and broken. I awkwardly smiled and I chuckled with him.
No.
I was feeling very uncomfortable at this point.
You should.
He removed his hand and put it back on the steering wheel. I just looked outside the window, regretting my decision to get in his car. A few moments go by until he said something again. "Do you work out? Those are some nice firm legs you have."
Okay,
Which
bruh.
I replied, sometimes.
Bruh.
When I can.
Come on, girl.
He said nothing. No reply. He just carried on driving. At this point, I noticed we had been driving longer than we should have. But I didn't say anything as I was too nervous and thought maybe he was just taking a different route. He spoke again, saying, "Must be tiring." I replied with, "What's tiring?" A short pause before he said, "To work out so much and have nice firm legs like you have." I said, he interrupted me saying, "I think you need a nice rub down. You're sore, right?" At this point, I was really freaked out and thought my life was in danger now.
It is.
I then tried to pull my phone out, and I tried to call my friend, but as soon as I put my hand in my bag, he said, "Don't even think about it." He snatched my bag and threw it out the window.
Oh,
I
wow.
was thinking I'm about to be killed and started to cry. He pulled into a secluded parking lot and parked the car. I was too scared to move. He just sat there looking down at the steering wheel, breathing heavily.
It's not a real cop.
Then he got out of the car and opened up the trunk. I tried opening my door, but I couldn't, and quickly jumped across the driver's side seat and flung the door open.
Child lock.
He rushed back from the trunk and was there to intercept me.
Ooh.
He grabbed my arm and tried to pull me back into the car. I bit his hand as hard as I could, and he screamed and let go.
Damn.
I ran away as fast as I could, not looking back. I heard his car start up, and the tires screeched driving fast. I ran and I hid in a nearby forest. I don't know, I hid for what felt like hours. I could see in the distant headlights of the police car patrolling the area. Thankfully, he gave up and never found me and drove off. I gathered up some courage and I ran all the way home. I only told my parents and one of my friends about the incident. I don't trust the police anymore, and I certainly don't walk alone at home at night.
I was waiting for that loud, scary sound effect again. You should never walk home alone as a young woman anyway.
Nightmare Files.
See, I love that I came across this video because, like I said in the beginning, I love when creepypasta narrators and content creators get on these normal, scary horror story type videos and narrate there. Man, I love it so much. I can't even lie. Like, I believe there's some normal horror story videos that Creepypasta Jr. has been featured in and actually done, just like MrCreepyPasta and Creeps McPasta. Those are my three favorite creepypasta creators, man. I fucks with all three of them. But for Nightmare Files and MrCreepyPasta to be in the same video, bruh, man, as soon as my subscriber Dingleberry pointed it out to me, I was all over it. I can't even lie. I was all over it. I was so down for that. And I love this video. Like I said, I knew it was going to be scary as fuck. That third one was definitely a fake cop. First of all, you shouldn't even got in the car. You should have ignored him. If you didn't ignore him, you could have told him, "No, I'm fine with walking." At the same time, he probably wouldn't have left you alone and would have kept harassing you and trying to coerce you into getting into the patrol car. So, I don't know. But getting in, that was the worst thing you could have did. The second story where MrCreepyPasta narrated it, Again, I said it a while back ago. I love the way that MrCreepyPasta does his videos. His voice is so manic. He was talking low like this, and then he was like, hello? You know, and he just, it goes from like a 3 to a 10, like within a split second. I love that about him. That's why I fucked with his content so heavy. The way this video was done was fucking perfect. I don't think there's anything that could have made this video any better other than, you know, it being a little bit longer. That's it. Otherwise, this video was on point. Shout out to Nightmare Files and shout out to MrCreepyPasta. Man, I fucks with both of them. What did you guys think of the video? Which one did you think was the scariest? What did you think of my reaction? Leave all of your feedback down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching my reaction. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, and share the video. And if you really liked it, subscribe to the channel and tap that bell icon so you will be notified every time your boy Steph drop new content, which I do 7 times a week. That is all I got for y'all this time around. Your boy Steph is out.